Dear students, welcome back to the video lecture number 5. Let us discuss now types of electrochemical corrosion. The electrochemical corrosion is classified into the following three types. The first one is galvanic or bimetallic corrosion. Second one is differential aeration or concentration cell corrosion. And third one is stress corrosion. But for your syllabus, you have only two type of corrosions, that is galvanic or bimetallic corrosion. Second one is a differential aeration or concentration cell corrosion. Hence, I am going to discuss electrochemical corrosion of the following two types as per your syllabus. Before to go for the galvanic corrosion, you must know about the concept about the galvanic series. So here galvanic series means that indicates the relative ability of different metals and the alloys in seawater based on the measurement of corrosion potential. In a galvanic cell, the more noble metal or material in this series will become cathode because of no dissolution of metal into the environment, while the less noble material will corrode as they become anode. A greater separation of the material in galvanic series indicates a bigger potential difference between the materials, generally indicating a greater degree of galvanic incompatibility when it is coupled. So here galvanic series means what? The arrangement of elements in the order of standard reduction potential are called galvanic series or electrochemical series. What you can notice here, in the first column we have mentioned the metal ion with metal. In second column what you can see that standard reduction potential. For metals in the first column what you can see lithium, potassium, calcium, etc. They have lower reduction potential. So because of lower reduction potential, they have the higher rate of conductivity. Mean to say they are undergoing more oxidation rather than the reduction process. These metals tends to undergo always act as the anode. But when you see that there are some metals after hydrogen, they are having higher reduction potential. Their reactivity towards atmosphere or solubility towards atmosphere is very less. They tend to become cathode. Hence, the EMF series or galvanic series that decides the rate of galvanic corrosion when you couple two different metals in one equipment or in one component device. So what you can see here also, you can say that because of positive reduction potential of some of the noble metals, they become more cathodic and they have a less tendency to undergo corrosion. And there are some metals after hydrogen, they are more anodic or active, they have the greater tendency to undergo corrosion. So you can see that here I have mentioned copper has plus 0.34 standard reduction potential, whereas you know that iron what you're using in most of the industrial applications which has minus 0.44 volts of SRP, iron can undergo oxidation. It's suffered by the corrosion when you couple with copper, which is prevented against the corrosion. So this is what about the galvanic EMF series. Similarly, in the galvanic series, what you can notice, so in this series we have mentioned number of metals as well as the alloys. They are in the seawater and their conductivity. What can say that the rate of conductivity increases if they have more negative reduction potential. Hence, the galvanic series helps in the choice of metals for the protection. By looking at the series, we can decide about the practical observation of the metals which need to be coupled or need to be coupled to prevent it against the corrosion. So here also I explain about the alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, etc., zinc and etc. These metals are more reactive, they act as the anode, whereas after the hydrogen like copper, mercury, silver, gold, these metals are less reactive, they act as the cathode. So hence galvanic series or electrochemical series, it gives the information about the extent of rate of corrosion. Now let us discuss now the main concept of this title is classification of electrochemical corrosion. The first one is galvanic corrosion. When two dissimilar metals like zinc and copper or iron and copper you can take are electrically connected directly or by means of metallic wire, when they have been exposed to an electrolyte or conducting medium, the metal in higher electrochemical series having lower reduction potential or more active metal, they act as the anode and suffered by the corrosion, while the less active metals with less negative electrode potential acts as cathode prevented by the corrosion. So such type of corrosion is called as the galvanic corrosion. In this slide I have explained about the two couples. The first couple is iron and copper couple. Second one is iron and zinc couple. As we have noticed in the electrochemical series or galvanic series in the previous one, the zinc has minus 0.76 volts standard action potential, whereas the iron has plus 0.80 volts standard action potential. Iron has minus 0.44 standard action potential, whereas in second couple you can see that iron has minus 0.44 volts standard SRP and copper has plus 0.34 SRP. If you calculate the EMF between the two couples, it is observed that the first couple has more change in the EMF. So this couple is undergoing faster rate of corrosion as compared to the second couple, because of what the EMF between the two metals is very less. Hence, the potential difference between the two electrodes is high, greater is the extent of corrosion. Oxidation takes place at anodic and reduction takes place at cathodic. Hence, when zinc and copper metals are electrically connected and exposed to the corrosive environment, zinc has higher position in electrochemical series, forms anode with lower reduction potential and suffered by the corrosion, whereas copper is present in the lower position in electrochemical series, having higher standard reduction potential and protected from the corrosion. So, in the above example what I explained, zinc acts as anode attacked by the corrosion by getting dissolved by the environmental impurities or corrosive impurities, whereas copper in the lower position of the electrochemical series and act as cathode, which is prevented against the corrosion. The mechanism of corrosion in acidic medium, that occurs evolution of hydrogen gas at the cathodic area. If the medium is neutral or slightly alkaline, oxygen is absorbed at the cathodic area. Hence, the electrons are moving from anodic area to the cathodic area, and zinc is suffered by the corrosion, whereas copper is unaffected by the corrosion. Hence, the differential metal corrosion primarily depend on the amount of current that is flowing from anodic area to the cathodic area. Here I explain, at anode side, zinc undergoes oxidation, forms zinc ion Zn+2 by the loss of 2 electrons, whereas at the cathodic area, hydrogen gas combines with half molecule of oxygen by taking 2 electrons which are provided from the anodic area, leading to form the 2 hydroxyl ions. The ions formed at the anodic area and cathodic area, they are going to combine, leading to form the zinc hydroxide. That is what the loss of the zinc metal during the corrosion. So this is what about the how the mechanism of galvanic corrosion is taking place by taking a couple of zinc and copper. Now let us discuss about what are the preventive measures for the control of galvanic corrosion. So galvanic corrosion can be avoided by coupling of metals which are close to the electrochemical series. In my first slide of presentation, I explained by taking two couples. The one is iron zinc couple, another one is iron copper couple. In iron and zinc couple, the potential difference is less, whereas the iron copper couple, the potential difference is more. Hence, if you want to take the preventive measures, so the first couple, that is iron and zinc couple, is coupled rather than the iron copper couple when you want to make an equipment. So fixing insulating material between the two metals, the second preventive step. By using larger anodic metal and smaller cathodic metal, you can make the prevention of galvanic corrosion. Hence, so these are the some 3 steps or 3 suggestions for the preventive measurement of the galvanic corrosion. Now let us discuss about some examples for the galvanic corrosion. Steel screws in brass marine hardware, where steel is iron, brass is copper. Here iron is suffered by the corrosion, but brass alloy, it is prevented by the corrosion. Second example is steel pipe connected to the copper plumbing. You know that the steel pipes which are connected by the copper plumbing, here steel is iron, that is Fe, and copper is Cu. Here steel pipe is what suffered by the corrosion but not the copper. Then third example, steel propeller shaft in a bronze bearing which is used in the aircraft. Steel is iron whereas bronze is it is alloy of copper and tin which is unaffected by the corrosion. Then fourth example is zinc coating on mild steel. Here zinc acts as anode whereas steel acts as a cathode. Zinc is suffered by the corrosion. Then fifth example is lead tin solder around copper wires. Here lead tin solder acts as anode whereas copper wire acts as a cathode. You know that lead tin suffered by the corrosion as for therefore loosening of the solder is taking place that leads to the improper functioning of the electronic devices. So these are some examples of galvanic corrosions which are observed in our day-to-day life. Thank you. In our next video lecture, we'll come to know about the concentration corrosion or differential aeration corrosion. Thank you, one and all.